Okay, in this video, we're gonna get another ancient somber stone and make our way to the Haligtree. And right here, um, there's gonna be quite a few enemies. You can use any spell. I think the Astral War on the Moon Bell might work the best. But I was trying out the Night Comet, see if we can beat these enemies with the charge attack. They do have destined death, so when you get hit, you keep losing some extra health. It's not the full destined death, but it's part of it. So just be careful with that. Also, this octopus looking thing, if you don't cut off the tentacles or beat it pretty quickly, it will eat its own tentacles and heal up. And as you can see, I'm not playing very well. Here we'll get the Side of Grace. Make sure you rest, that way you get your buff back and all your flasks. And then we're gonna make our way through the snowfields. Just try to follow the lights. That's like the best way to get through the year.
Do you hear me? It is I, Latenna. We have reached the land of Mikla's Haligtree, where Lobo and I began our travels. It's entirely thanks to you that I'm so close to home. These great snows
And it's okay
mountains
if you
stretch
miss
far to
this
the
Side of
west,
Grace.
and beyond
I've
the
done it
ancient
before.
bowers, and the liturgical
If you
path
just keep following the lights, eventually you'll get to where you can actually see. And then actually got lost here. I went a little bit too far to the right. And it can get a little daunting just running around what seems aimlessly. When you look at the map, you don't really get any guidance because we don't have this area yet. But if you keep following the lights, you usually get to where you need to go. And here's where I got lost. But then when I saw these magic wizard balls, I kind of knew where I was because there's a tower up ahead. It's this one. And there is a requirement here. If you can make these guys fight each other like they show on the statue, then it will open the seal. And the bewitching branch works. You can also get the, I think it's gargoyle ashes, like the ashes summon. So you can do it that way. But since we have some bewitching branches, I tried it and I almost missed both of them, but I got them. And then all I had to do was look for the other one. I kept going back and forth, trying to see if I can find this guy. And I finally found him. Um, but yeah, just bring him back so they could start fighting each other. And then you can actually kill them. And then it could end it faster and and it'll open the seal. And at the top, we'll get one of the best talismans for spells. I forget if it only boosts spells by 8 or 10%, but it's still pretty good. So once we have the talisman, we can just head back down and then make our way back and kind of stay to our right and just follow along the cliff that way, and we should be able to make it out of this area. Yeah, you'll see the cliffs here, and just stay along here and you'll see that it starts going down, and then you can go straight down from there, and you'll see it started clearing up. And there's still the lights around here. I usually miss this grace because I confuse it with little rocks on the ground that are lighting up the place. And then here we'll be able to get the map. And once you get the map, you can go to the tower. If you didn't get there the first time, you can just put a marker, and I'll show you where it is right now. So you just put a marker around that area. That way you can make your way there. And you kind of want to stay away from the wolves and the ladies riding them, especially when there's more than one. In this area, there's a puzzle we gotta figure out, but we'll do that a little bit later. For now, we'll go get an armor that will help us quiet our footsteps, and that will cause less enemies to aggro. And it's right here. And the only armor piece we need to put on is the chest piece. And then once we're fighting bosses, we can always change the chest piece. But I usually tend to forget to do that. But if you remember, you can do that. That way you get better defenses. And as you saw, I just put on the extra magic defense talisman, because we're gonna go to this area where we're gonna get shot by magic, and that'll just prevent us from getting two shot. So the turtle has like this magic defense. So if you stay over here to the right, you're less likely to get hit. Just keep looking up, that way you can kind of predict. And if you do get hit, make sure you heal all the way. That way if you get knocked off the horse, you'll be okay. And then you'll want to do this, just pretty much clean the legs by hitting the skulls. It does take a while, but once you're done, you can go into this little church and you won't get bombarded by the magic. I don't know if it still happens, but it used to happen before. I just never checked it after the patch, since it is a safe area. And then here we'll be able to get another somber stone.
O young yet towering living sister of ours. Let the birthing droplet in and create life. For us. For all the Albinorics. Thank you. I find it. Oh, you know that I will join, and when then you may.
So this concludes this NPC's quest line, and now we can go back and upgrade all the way to +10 our
Well, there's
staff,
more.
so it does a little bit more damage. Then we're gonna go get a torch that helps us see invisible people, which in this case is
Divorce.
assassins. You don't need to fulfill the requirements to be able to use its effects, and that's all we're really gonna use it for. So having this armor equipped, like I said, it stops the noise of our footsteps. That way there's less chance of being detected. And we kind of want that in this area because some of the enemies are pretty aggressive and they'll also calm down a little bit faster. First, we'll come over here and we'll be able to see one of the enemies. She is kind of hiding, but if you can kill her with like some magic spells, it'll be better. And if not, if she gets pushed back like she does right now, uh, we can get her later from another spot. But there's quite a bit of them hiding on the rooftops, so you'll want to keep moving because they do a lot of damage. I think they're pretty annoying enemies. Top 3 to 5 in this game. Oh, and make sure you equip this torch because there's an assassin around here. She walks around and you can't really see her unless you have this torch. You'll be able to see some steps on the snow without it, but most of the time she will grab you and do like a critical hit and it'll take a lot of your health. And this is the first place we're gonna light a flame on. And in a little bit, you'll be able to see the assassin down there. Every time you get hit, try to get behind something so you can heal. And these enemies, they're pretty weak to sleep. So we can try tossing um, like a sleep bomb basically. Just make sure they're not shooting the arrows when you try to throw it, or else they'll do a lot of damage. And once they're falling asleep, we can get over there and kill them, or we can leave them there and just keep going. They are pretty tanky, so even with like critical hits, you still have to do another attack or two. And then make sure that you don't climb until they stop shooting, because you might die like I almost did. So once they stop, you can make your way up. This armor does help so they don't see you from that far away. So they usually won't see you. but once they see you, they'll track you until they stop or they kill you. So you can wait here till she stops, and then you can do the arrow magic spell. This is a pretty challenging area though. And you can see all the arrows that she shot. And then now we have our second one done. Then over here, there's gonna be another one shooting from our right. You can wait here until she stops, and then jump here, and then continue. You can always hide behind like this little area, and you can also throw like a sleeping bomb from right there. And now we only have one more statue to light. And this one, we don't have to kill it. As long as we knock it down, she won't be shooting at us. And that's the important thing. Unless you don't make this jump, then you'll probably want to kill her. And then here, you can shoot this assassin with magic until you beat her. Or, as I'll do in a bit, I'll jump down and I'll just light the last statue, and since it's the last one, it'll end the puzzle and we'll be able to get out of here. Just be warned, if you're gonna kill her, it does take quite a while. You could try different spells. I think they might be more effective. But jumping down and lighting it up is usually faster. And now we can head through the portal, which was previously sealed if you didn't complete the puzzle yet. And we'll be able to get to the Haligtree, at least to the beginning of it. And you can put the talismans back on, the ones that you like to use, before you head in there. Once in here, you can get the Site of Grace. You can rest at it if you need to. Usually want to just kill these guys. You can do the Ash of War or backstab them. Either one will kill them. They probably won't see you with this armor, but just in case, less enemies trying to kill you, the better. Because once one of them sees you, you'll get targeted by everyone. You can probably do 2 Ashes of War if you miss the backstab, and it should kill it. Here we can get the claws that have Bloodhound Step. That way when we drop down, we can use it to get away from some of the attacks. And all these enemies do quite a bit of damage if you get hit. So you might get killed once or twice. Luckily, I didn't get killed this time. But you can run through, use Bloodhound Step, when you see the bubbles. That way you don't get hit like that. And if you do get hit, make sure you heal right away, just in case another one's trying to attack you. But that's the hardest part, getting here. And then from here, we're gonna have to navigate our way, and the best way is probably to use the Moonveil Ash of War to kill these enemies that we're gonna see. So one's gonna run up to you, and you can just use the Ash of War. It'll be safer and faster. And these guys on your left, you can also backstab them or use the Ash of War. And if you want to farm for some runes, you can just kill these 3 enemies while you have the golden scarab on, and you'll be able to gain quite a few runes pretty quickly. That way you can level up faster. And then in here, you can use this spell or the Ash of War to beat these guys. I like using the Ash of War like up close because it's easier, and from distance the Night Comet. And there's another one right here underneath the stairs. Make sure you get that one or else he'll chase you. And then you can jump to the platform because there's flowers below, and I think they have scarlet rot. So I tried killing this enemy um, in the middle, but he's too aggressive, and I kind of panicked a little bit, so he ended up killing me. So you can avoid him and like just grab the item he's guarding. I was just getting attacked from everywhere. But we're back over here. We're gonna get our runes. And then we're just gonna kill the 2 weaker ones. And then we're gonna go get the item. Which is Ancient Dragonstone, I believe. It's the one that upgrades the regular one to 25. And just keep running straight until you get to the grace. And that way, if you want to beat him, you can. He just drops a little bit more runes. Not really worth it. And we're just gonna level up, and that will be it for this video. So I'll see you in the next one.